Hey everyone, and welcome back to Remember This Tech. In today's video I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Asus ROG STRIX X870E-E gaming Wi-Fi motherboard. And this was sent over as a loaner from B&H Photo and Video. This is a non-paid review and totally unbiased. This is one of the heaviest boxes I've ever lifted for a motherboard. It is insane the weight that's in here. I can only imagine that these heat sinks on here must be huge. So I'm gonna do the unboxing, talk about the features, some of the huge things that I can see that already stand out in this board, and whether or not it might be for you. So I'm gonna put the B&H affiliate links down below in the description section in case you want to check it out if you're interested. It helps me out a lot. So thanks. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the unboxing. I'm going to show you this motherboard and talk about the awesome features it has. Come on, let's go! First off, this is solid box, solid packaging. This is a Wi-Fi 7 motherboard, by the way. And this is the M5 chipset and PCIe 5.0 ready in DDR5. So let's crack the seal here. Dun, dun, dun. Wow, totally black. Wow, motherboard. Kind of absorbs the light. Let's get this out of here and see what's in the box, and then we'll dive into the features and show you what this crazy looking motherboard has for features. This is so beefy. So we'll get into that shortly. Nice packaging, by the way. Now this is a nice touch. I have not seen this in quite some time, or if at all. This right here has the entire easy quick start guide, and it has a layout of your motherboard right here on the booklet. This is pretty cool and tells the features and stuff like that. And it has a really easy guide here if you're new to PC building, and how to remove the M.2s with a quick release here. How to install your SSD, how to install your cooling fan, sorry for the light, reflection, power supply connections. Well, for this premium price point, this is a really nice touch. SATA connections, Ethernet, Wi-Fi, and also QR code to install the drivers. Check this out. Let me get this out of here. Stickers for those who dare. More documentation about the Asus web storage and motherboard technical updates as well. What do we have under here? What do we have under here? Ooh, look at this. Swag. One thing about the Republic of Gamers motherboards, they come with a lot of goodies. Look at this. This is a keychain. 2 SATA connector cables. Some pads, some standoffs. Thermal pad for the M.2 22110. These are more pads, probably for your M.2s. More pads. And there is a quick release extra for your M.2. Zip ties for cable tie management. And these, and I'm not sure. This here is your Wi-Fi antennas. Screw in to the back of the board, and it can lever up. Oh, nice. Very nice. So here it is in all its glory. This is amazing. Look at this. This is a push button NVMe heatsink release. Comes right out. And this is a heatsink for an NVMe. I've never seen such a huge heatsink in my life. This is like thick. Amazing. Wow, it's beefy. And wow. That's all I gotta say is wow, you know? So snaps back in. Another NVMe slot, and then a caution, you know, only remove the expansion card from bracket, reinforced PCI Express 5.0 slot, NVMe's. Now, I'm going to tell you something before I go crazy about this board. There is 5 M.2 slots in this motherboard. 5. I've never seen a motherboard with 5, but this one apparently has it. And I want to talk about this really quick. We have PCI 5.0 support for this main X16 GPU slot, which is the reinforced one right here, plus 3 PCI Express 5.0 M.2 slots. And then 2 more PCI Express 4.0 M.2 slots. A total of 5 for this motherboard. So if you're into that sort of thing, this motherboard gives it to you in heaps. So at this point, if you're using all the M.2s or M.2.2 or 2.3, the top GPU slot is going to drop to 8x bandwidth on the 5.0. So if you're pushing for full GPU bandwidth, stick to the M.2.1 and M.2.4 and M.2.5 slots, according to what I read. These are some severely huge and beefy VRM heat sinks on this motherboard, and they look really sweet. Looks like there's some LED here. So I'll go over a few things. 4 DDR5 slots here. This motherboard can support up to DDR5 8000 overclock memory. You heard it, 8000 megatransfer memory. That's crazy. This motherboard has support for Ryzen 9000, 8000, and 7000 series. As I said, 4 DDR DIMMs, ECC or non-ECC unbuffered memory. Has a 870E AMD chipset, full ATX. Has 4 times 4 SATA 6 gigabits per second ports here on the motherboard. It has Wi-Fi 7 in case you're up to that. And it has a ARGB Gen 2 on this motherboard as well. Has dual USB 4.0 and USB 20 gigs per second and Type-C and loads of USB 10.10 gigabits per second ports. And all the overclocking and insane potential you might need. It also has a clear CMOS button up top and the back panel here. Look at the I/O. Wow. Look at this. This has a 40 gig USB 1 and another 40 gig USB 2 slot. So it's USB-C, both 40 gigs. And here's a 10 gig USB-C. And these are 10 gig USB ports here. It is so loaded. In the HDMI port, here's the clear CMOS button, and here's the BIOS flashback. You need BIOS flashback for these boards. Well, it's a good feature because, hey, it saved me on one of my boards when I was using a 9950X CPU and the board didn't have updated BIOS. It enables you to flash your BIOS without having CPU that's supported or RAM or anything. And this is a 5 gigabit Ethernet port for those of you who want high speed transfer to and from. If you're transferring to your server, creator, whatever, it's got you. These are your Wi-Fi 7 ports and the SPDIF out for optical. And then your line out for your audio and line in. This is got some insane bandwidth, everyone. It's crazy. So, a few more things in my final thoughts to go over, key points. If you didn't hear it first, when I went over it, it has 5 M.2 slots. It has a 40 gigabits per second USB-C ports in the back. Wi-Fi 7. It has an 18-phase VRM design with 18 dedicated stages for vCore. That's more than enough to handle any Ryzen 7000, 8000, 9000 CPUs with heavy overclocking. Supports up to 256 gigabytes of DDR5. I mean, I only use 64 in my editing rig, so I mean, this is insane, right? But future-proof, maybe. I mean, up to DDR5 8000 overclock. 5 gigabit Ethernet port is awesome too. And SupremeFX audio with the Realtek, the ALC4080 codec. Oh, it also has Bluetooth 5.4 for blazing fast Wi-Fi performance, but you need Windows 11 24H2 for that. If you like the top of the line features, if you like stability and support and overclocking and the greatest and the latest and everything like that, this motherboard might be for you. So check it out in the description section below for an affiliate link. Now this can go from $400 to $500 depending on if it's on sale and where you buy it from. And like I said, this was graciously sent over as a loaner from B&H Photo and Video. So thanks to them. So again, if you are interested in seeing this beast perform in some top tier gaming setups, stay tuned because I've got that coming up in a couple of videos later on. You don't want to miss it. So thanks for coming along with me on this unboxing of this beastly motherboard, and thanks for watching. Remember this tech.